This is Sherry reporting live from Newfoundland for Create Whatever. It's a gray day, a little bit rainy, but here is the Atlantic Ocean. So exciting. And then back there, that's the Kyle. It's so beautiful. It's my first time in Newfoundland. I've been here for a few days and I am just down here collecting beach glass to create whatever with. Headed to St. John's in a little bit, but we decided to make a pit stop. I don't know where we are, but wherever we are, the Kyle is out there. It's a rusty old boat. I'm so excited I'm in Newfoundland. It's a dream come true. In part 2 of my Newfoundland trip journal that I'm doing, we're going to look at the papers that I have, make some signatures, and see if I need to add any other pages. What do we have here? Well, this could be a page. That's the artwork I won. This for sure. So some of this is pretty easy. Just fold things in half. And what I will do is, once I have the pages in half, I'll find out what the biggest one is. And then that might determine just how big this journal will be. Of course, we want this schedule. For each day. And this is a great way to keep things that normally I would just kind of put in the recycling, but they can be base pages. That's nice. Whoops. Nice piece of cardstock. Before I fold this one, the screeching, I'm going to scan it. Definitely want these in. Some of them may get covered up, and that's okay. I'll have some duplicates because my coworker gave me his, and I might find some more items that weren't in this brown paper bag that I will be able to put in as we go. Now this is quite a big page because it's a placemat. Wow, you get 4 pages. This might be a great big journal. Definitely put that paper bag in here. Here's a chewed up piece from my coworker. This envelope, maybe I'll fold it in half. And this can be a page. I think I can make the whole journal out of these things, out of these maps. These are huge. I'm just going to fold it different ways to get different parts of the map. So the first one, I'll go this way. I don't want the page to be that big. So again, I will that's going to be, I think that's going to be really good, because now it's going the right direction. I'll do that with this one. So out of that one map, we got 4 pages. This just might be bigger than I thought. So far, that seems to be the biggest page. Actually, this is a big page. But if I tear it in half like that, the envelope. I could probably use this. Oh, why not? If I fold it in half, this would be a ready-made tuck spot. I'm going to take these maps, because I have so many of them, and I'm going to fold them and cut them and turn them into pages off camera, because that's going to get pretty boring. So I'll be back in a jiffy. I have done all the folding for my pages. I still have a lot of this map left if I need more pages, but I have 52 pages, so I'm going to do 4 signatures. Now it's just a matter of dividing it up, and I think how I'm going to do this is I have 4 of these file folder type of pages that I just cut apart and fold it in half, and I think these are the biggest pages. And now it's just a matter of what I'm going to put in each signature. I have my signatures. I've got the height, and I'm going to take I think this is the widest. Yeah, just a little bit wider, but about the same height. I'm going to use this bag as the cover. I'm going to put it on this brown paper bag. And it basically, all I have to do is just fold it in half and then trim the top and the bottom. I'm going to take these handles off, and that is going to be used for my closure. So I'll take these off now to get them out of the way. And then I'm going to open up this bag. I'm going to glue this together. I'm also going to sew. So I just want to keep this from moving around on me. And this is just a Mod Podge mix of glue, regular white glue, all-purpose glue with water. And I don't measure, just eyeball it. Oops. Now for this piece, I'm going to need to gain some extra because it's just shy. So how do we do that? We turn it inside out. Now this material is, I'm thinking it's like maybe a canvas, but I'm wondering if the glue is just gonna go through the holes. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the stitches out down the side. And hopefully that'll gain me just the amount I need. It shouldn't be too hard. Seems to be coming out quite nicely. And see, that will give us some much needed fabric real estate. I hope this material will work for a cover because I don't have any material that has Newfoundland on it. I just don't want to rip the canvas. I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'll be back in a jiffy. Mistake number 1. and we're not even too far into the project. Yes, I put all my pages together, but I didn't put the pages into a signature. I just piled the papers on top of each other. What happens when you put them into each other is it gets a little wider here. And this is much poofier than just having the pages piled on top of each other. If I go by that, I've just enough on the top of bottom. And this is without adding anything. You do see the brown, so my next decision is, do I want to keep it brown or do I want to paint the paper? I think this will work. I'm going to get some gesso and just use my handy dandy roller and just gesso some white. See what that looks like. Liquitex Basic Acrylic Gesso. Oh, and we'll just see what this does. If it doesn't do anything, then I'm only doing one side. Oops. Probably should take that out of the way. This may or may not do anything. Let's see what that looks like before I go any further. Oh, yes. It does make a little bit of a difference. Okay. Let's keep going. Whoops, whoops. I also want to create a pocket on one end. I'm going to dry this. I'm going to do it on this side and then I will be back. I've done both sides. I prepped my flaps with the gesso as well. And I've come across mistake number 2. And that is, my flaps need to be in here, so this cannot be glued together if it's going to be a pocket. I am not an expert in junk journaling. This is not a tutorial. This is me learning as I go and sharing the learning and the journey with you. I need to make another paper bag to go on top of this to be a pocket. So it's going to go in here and it's got to be a little bit shorter and then whatever shape you want the flap to be in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go get another brown paper bag. I will cut my flap. Good thing I have lots of these in case I make more mistakes. So this is my flap. This will be the inside, folded over, and that will be the outside. And I've sewed around it to keep it together. I had this already. Then I went and I did this one. And I sewed it so I knew what side the flap was going to be on. I did the same thing to this. Those two are ready to be together. Not perfect, but at this point I'm okay with not perfect. I don't need at the top and I don't need everything at the bottom. And I do have a little bit of extra space because I opened up those seams, so I'm happy about that. And I doubled it. So I want to make sure it's pretty equal, or as equal as I can get. So I'm just gonna try to do a straight line. Now that is funny. Well, here goes nothing. Always an adventure in the messy junk room. Okay, keep going. Keeping all this material because I'm thinking it would make a nice pocket. Is it all covered? That's the main thing. Now there is a little bit of problem, but fret not. I'll just take this seam out again. So I'll take my Mod Podge, and this gesso leaves a little bit of grit to it. Not a lot, but a little bit, so that might help that material stick. Oh, mistake number 4. Oh, I'm using wet glue. I shouldn't be using wet glue. I should be using my glue stick. Yeah, that's not even sticking. I'm going to take this end out as well because it's not laying flat the way I want it. And yeah, I could keep going, but then I'll regret it later. So it's better to take the time to fix things that you know just won't feel good later when you're flipping through this beautiful junk journal. Yep, the glue's just going through that. I'm gonna try, what did I do, all of it? I'm gonna just try the glue stick and see what happens. Yeah, that's much better than the wet glue. So I'm going to dry. Are we up to mistake number 5? I'm going to dry this, and then moving forward, I'm going to use the glue stick to glue this on top. Then I'm going to put this on the inside, put the flap on, sew it all up, and then when I come back, the cover should be done. I am back. Oh, what a challenge this journal is becoming. But I'm hoping that it's enough for this. Just made a little oboe here. I think we're up to mistake number 6, which was using double-sided tape along one of the edges because it caused it not to lay flat. I won't use double-sided tape again when I'm making a cover. The last thing I'm going to do for the cover is I'm going to put a magnet to hold that down. And I have some magnets from my local craft store that are super flat and super strong. And I thought perfect spot would be right here in the compass. That's very runny. I will try to put this where I think it should be. Which it's not. Oh, I think I got it. So I'm just going to let those two set. I'm going to put some masking tape on the inside so the magnet doesn't catch on anything that's being put in the pocket or taken out of the pocket. And I'm just going to run some glue over the sticky so I know it will stay secure. Well, at least I can say that I've learned a lot of things that I'm not going to do next time. So I'm going to put this under my mat to just let it lay flat under maybe some books. I'm glad most of the muck up is on the back. So that's good. Thank you for coming on this voyage with me. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.